let's just say it is not going well. Last time you and I were here together, I declared war on my rent. Can my social media pay for my rent? We're not going for big 10K month goals, but simply by me showing up and creating content online, things that I love sharing and doing anyway, can that cover my rent? And while the side quest is ultimately about a monetary goal, it's more about me not starting something and giving up right away. Spoiler alert, that basically happened because I declared war on my rent and immediately ghosted myself. Zero content, zero ideas, zero strategy, and I fumbled already. Hello friends and fellow adventurers. My name is Kayla. I'm a multi-passionate creative doing all the things and documenting my messy middles so you don't feel so alone in yours. Welcome back to Side Quests and Side Eyes. Part tavern, part quest log, part strategy guide, and a lot of unhinged chaos. Around these parts, we like to side-eye, hustle culture, always take the slow path, and celebrate every win. Yes, showering counts. Look, I knew I was going to hit this part of the journey multiple times throughout this side quest where I'm kind of like Bilbo Baggins, like, let's go on an adventure, and I'm so excited, and yeah, I want to get out of this place. And then almost immediately decide, like, you know what? My home was actually pretty warm and cozy, and this is dangerous and scary. Maybe we should go back. I wasn't expecting that to hit so soon, and the irresistible desire to quit to hit me so quickly. The big thing that happened was I ended up being out of town for 10 days. My goal was to get a strategy session done before we went out of town. That way I had structure to keep going and to move through the chaos of being out of your rhythm, being out of your home, being out of your regular scheduled programming. So in that way, I kind of set myself up to fail. And while I haven't completely failed the side quest, I definitely felt very embarrassed that I already wanted to throw in the towel, but that's honest. And I know a lot of us have felt that before. So what you and I are going to do today is what I should have done before I went out of town. And that is have a strategy session, because ideas don't pay rent. I have a lot of great ideas, but it's the execution of those ideas that's going to actually move the needle. One of my big goals on this side quest is to really allow you to see me walking through this process in real time, not just coming to you every week with, oh, I figured this out, here's the finished product. But I want you to be able to see the consternation on my face as I'm typing and thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So while I have some things figured out, there are other things I'm going to allow some space for you to watch me struggle while I figure it out. And I'll have some lo-fi music playing in there, gives you a little break from not having to listen to me talk a million miles a minute. Let's go ahead and get started with what I do know. I've got 3 basic pillars of strategy that I'm focusing on right now, and that is the platforms. Like, what platforms am I going to focus on right now? The offers. What are the offers that I'm hoping to make money from? And then the systems. Like, how am I going to actually do this? Batching, how am I going to do the content? What's the schedule? What's the content schedule on a very practical level? Let's talk about the platforms at first. As a multi-passionate creative, the temptation is to do all the things all at once. And look, I've tried that before, and there are definitely seasons where you can use that as a superpower, and it's great. But what I have found more often than not is if you can focus on one or a handful of things for a season until that gets kind of set in stone, and then expand outward, that is a bit more helpful than just diving in on everything. For this side quest, really I'm focusing on YouTube and Patreon, but you will see me showing up on Instagram, Threads, and Substack. Okay, let's talk about the offers. Now, obviously the Patreon is already making money. Not much, but it's still making money, so I really need to prioritize marketing that better, talking about it more, and showing up for my patrons more because they are amazing, and I would like to show up more for them. And then the Do Less Sidequest is that digital download. It's $17. Again, it's done. I'm proud of it. I just need to market it more and talk about it more. So those are kind of the two big ones. Obviously, YouTube monetization is a big one, but that one's a pretty big stretch goal. And unless I randomly go viral, which I'm not necessarily wanting, simply because there are cons that come with going viral, that one's going to be more of a long-term goal. So in the short term, especially for quarter 4, the Do Less Side Quest and the Patreon are really quicker ways to potentially make some money. All right, as far as the systems, really, I want to root down in content batching my content. This is something I have never nailed down. I've never been able to figure out well. There are a few times I've done it and it is amazing. It's super helpful. I've never been consistent on it. So I want to be really hone in on my content batching, and then really talking about a schedule, like a content schedule. So, okay, I'm going to batch content this day. I'm going to edit content this day, and then I'm going to spread it out on, these are the days that I want to be putting out this kind of content and these kinds of things. All right, now we're going to move into the part where I haven't really figured out. So I'm going to start a screen recording. And what I'm going to do is, I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I will start with starting some lo-fi music, some calming music for you. And we are going to dive into the practical elements of the things I just talked about. How are we going to do this practically? Because all the things I just said are nice, but I don't have it on paper. I don't have a step-by-step guide for myself. And again, I think that would have been helpful going out of town knowing, oh, these are the things I need to do. These are the things I want to do on these days. So let's do that now. All right, so I'm going to open my Notion. Where is it? Oh, Lord. Okay. My Notion. I haven't been in here in a while. Those are notes. Okay. All right. Let's honestly. Okay. Honestly, let's just start a new page. I will organize this at another time, another date. As of right now, this is where we're at. So, strategy session. One of the first things, let's start off with, let's not even start off with the content. Let's start really simple. Obviously, I need content. So let's start off on, when am I going to batch content? So, content batching. Now, here's the thing I've got to figure out is what day I want to, you know what, maybe we got to figure out. Okay. Let's talk about the metrics first. I would like one long form video a week on YouTube. Obviously, my goal would be, I would love to be able to do like one long form and then one like short form, so like 2 a week, but let's just focus on one for now and then adjust as needed. And then let's do 3 reels a week, because a lot of those reels can just be pulled directly from these YouTube videos, so that's manageable. And then I do like showing up on threads, so maybe we just do, I know this is low, well, maybe not. I was doing this earlier, 3 threads a week, and those threads will come from the scripts of my YouTube videos and stuff like that. That way, you know, we don't have to worry about doing new things. We're not doing new and more things. We're just using what we've already created. And I would love to do 1 essay on Substack a week. As far as these are not in order of priority. Remember, we were talking about like priorities and what I want to focus on. These are just kind of, I'm just throwing this out. Okay. For Patreon, I want to show up more for my patrons. So let's just say 2 to 3 posts, and I don't know what those are yet, a week on Patreon. I think like early access to my YouTube videos would be good. That's a good way to recycle content without actually, early access to creating more. So that's an option. And then let's see. I really do love carousels. I make some pretty good carousels when I make them. Let's do 2 to 3 carousels a week for Instagram. Okay. That feels like a lot for me. I'm not going to lie. That feels like a lot for me, but I also, I don't know. I feel like if I just do it, I feel like if I just batch the content, that would be enough. That I could do that. We might be filming in a couple of weeks a video saying, hey, that's too much, we're paring it down, and that's okay. Let's shoot for this week / next week. Gosh, I don't even know what week it is anymore. And let's just see what happens. Okay, so batching. Obviously, I think what makes sense is to video everything on one day. If I'm thinking about my days, the days that are probably best for video recording are, Saturdays are usually for me. I'm breaking into my Sabbath right now. Saturdays are usually for me, although they do work well because nobody's in the office. You know what? Let's do Wednesday. Wednesdays are pretty good for work because work isn't as hectic on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays is when we will record. So then we need to have a video editing day, because I think editing them on the same day is, I need space from it. Video editing. Maybe I do that Friday. Friday's my next least chaotic day. And then that way I can schedule it. Now I have to decide, when do I want the video to be posted, especially my YouTube one. YouTube. I would say probably Monday. Monday would make sense because that can be like my weekly transparency report. So we'll do that. Okay. We are going to be recording on Wednesday, editing on Friday, and then posting videos on Monday. Now let's talk about writing. Let's do and that's in the mornings. My mornings are going to be what's best for writing, because that's when I'm finishing writing my book and everything. Let's do a heavy focus on writing on Tuesdays are my busiest day. Thursdays can be busy. Kind of just depends on my reports that I have to run at work. Let's say writing on Monday morning. Yeah. Write on Monday morning. And this can be, we'll do Monday morning and Thursday morning. We kind of like where I'm writing my Substack, or just like paring down. Will that work? Because I'm hoping I'll be ahead. So if I'm recording on Wednesday, editing on Friday, and posting on Monday, that will make sense, because then I can take scripts from after editing on Friday, I can take snippets. I can like flag it in my, in Final Cut. I can kind of flag some different places that are really good and for other content, and then I can take that way on Monday I'll have a collection, and then I can just divvy those up into threads, a Substack, emails, carousels. I can kind of keep that loosey-goosey for now. Yeah. Okay, I think that will work. So I'm going to come here and say Friday we are going to take notes, samples for other content. And then the scheduling of posts, not videos. Can't spell. We should schedule those out, because if I can schedule those out ahead of time, that's always much more helpful than trying to show up every day sporadically for me. So if I schedule those, let's say Tuesday, let's say Wednesday, because Wednesday is my most open day. So let's say Wednesday, potentially. Okay. All right, that gives me a little bit of a, okay. I think that gives me a basic schedule for the week. We'll try that. We'll try that for a week and see how it works. And then I'll make this like more pretty and official, but for now, I'm just brain dumping. Okay, cool. So content batching. All right, so I think for now that's a very, very short strategy session. I literally just needed to get that out of my brain. I would like to do another strategy session where I pull up my whole Notion and I go through actual content ideas and get those kind of scheduled out on different days. What I have found is a lot of times I spend a lot of time on content ideas, and then I never like filter them out on the right days, or like, so I just want to try to get the schedule set, like me being consistent in this schedule. And then just I have like a massive well of content ideas. So I think instead of brainstorming more ideas, which is usually exactly where I go to, like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. I'm going to I have like notebooks and notebooks and notebooks and Google Docs on Google Docs of ideas. So instead of brainstorming those and spending any more time on that, I'm going to try to solidify this schedule and just see if I can't be consistent on this schedule. Let's go ahead and give an update on my stats for where we are in the first week/2 weeks of this side quest. See where we're at, see how things are going, and then I have a question for you all that maybe you can help me out with. I did not come prepared, so we are going to have to pull these numbers out one by one. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. As far as the coin, we are still at the same, negative $277.62. Although somebody did donate through my Ko-fi, is it Ko-fi or coffee account? $30 to my coffee account. I've got to pull that from whichever account it's connected to, because I set that up a long time ago and I don't remember where it is. So I did, it's not a recurring gift, but it was $30, so we will take the win. I guess that still means I'm negative $277. We'll leave it at that, since it's not a recurring gift. For YouTube, my subscribers went up 2 whole humans, 124 subscribers. Thank you very much. If you're just watching this, please consider subscribing. And I'm actually really proud. The Can I Pay My Rent with Social Media, I had 30 views on that, and that is significantly more than I have been getting. I've been getting like 3, 4, 8 views. So 30 views, I'm going to take it. I am going to take the win. For Instagram, I've actually lost Instagram followers, which probably is because I haven't been I haven't been consistent, and you always end up having bots fall off. So it's kind of hard, but I went down by 3 followers. So now I'm at 1,322. Yay! So we're going backwards. We love that for me. Let's look at Substack. I have not posted here at all. So I'm at 128 subscribers. Is that more or less? Oh, it's the same. Hey, look. We stayed the same. Let's check threads. Threads. La 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 la. You know what? Maybe it's more fun that I don't have the numbers ready because then you get to hear all this. Ooh, 305. That is up by 3. Okay, so my Instagram followers went to threads instead. Sure, we'll say that. I'm at 305 on threads. Last one, the Do Less side quests. I have sold none of those. I will double check, but I am nearly certain I have sold 0 of those. I've also not talked about it all. I also ghosted myself for nearly 2 weeks. So should I be surprised? No. Let's look. Oh, I've had 16 visitors to this link, 2 orders, which means they were me with the free coupon because I was testing it out, and 0 total sales. Congratulations. Congratulations to me. And then Patreon is the same. We have not gone up or down. 16 total patrons, 13 free, 3 paid. Let's talk about the energy and capacity. For my energy, I'm not going to lie, my energy is pretty stinking depleted. I was out of my rhythm and routine for a solid 10 days. And as somebody who's an ambivert, who leans a little bit more introverted, I spent probably 10 days. And then before that, I was super busy. So nearly 2 weeks straight, full social interaction, top to bottom, day in, day out, social interaction. So my energy is like non-existent. It's non-existent. This video is already at 37 minutes because my brain is just so like, so I'm going to have to cut out like 75% of this video because my brain is so slow. So my energy this week, it's rough. So we are just going to do the best that we can. As far as my capacity, right now I don't have anything on the schedule this week. Mentally, I don't know. I would say my capacity is about halvesies. I would say it's about halvesies because I feel like I have more capacity than I do have energy, but I also feel like my capacity has kind of waned a little bit after all of the chaos. So there's that. Okay, so for community encounters, I actually had some really sweet community encounters. A lot of people just hyping me up when I, announced this whole shenanigans. I think one of the comments that really just meant the most to me is from, and I will put the screenshot here. Actually, I'm going to take a screenshot while you are on. That way I do not forget. Do not forget it. This is from Jazz. She is amazing. And her comment says, I think you can do it. I've been following you for a long time, or for a while now on socials, and you are so inspiring. I love your whole RPG content concept for self-care and progress. Gamifying things makes it that much more doable, in my opinion. And let me just say, like, when I read this, I was blown away because when I look at what I've been doing for the last like 2 years, I feel like I'm kind of just like fumbling. It's not consistent. I don't really know where my goals are. And so to hear somebody say like, I've been following you for a while and I love everything that you do, like, means so much. You should definitely go check her out because the way she does her website is like, I'm legitimately jealous because it's so perfect. It's like so perfect the way that I imagined in my head how I want my whole content ecosystem to be. She's like nailed it. Nailed it. And like, I am not going to steal because I don't believe in stealing, but I am heavily inspired. So cool. I will probably put up a screenshot or a video or something. Actually, let me do that now. Control-5. Record. Okay, so you just have to look at how cool her website is. So I've always wanted to use things like Guildhall, Tavern, all these different things. She's like doing it perfectly. It's so cool. So I joined this. I joined, I don't even know how it all works because I haven't had time to look at it, but like I joined, but she has like community quests and you can earn XP doing monthly challenges, which is like, oh my gosh, this is like all of the things I want to do. It's so, so cool. So definitely Go follow her, check her out. I was blown away that she says she's inspired by me, because when I look at her website, I'm like, you are killing it. You have this thing on lockdown, seriously. So I think that was probably like the most meaningful community encounter. Obviously, each comment and like and subscribe means a whole heck of a lot to me, but I think sometimes you get stuck in like, I feel like I'm just a fumbling mess. So to like see somebody say, "Oh my gosh, I've been following you forever and you're so inspiring." You're like, "What? I don't understand. I don't understand why, but thank you." So yes, that really just meant a lot and really helped me keep going, because I really just wanted to quit. I'm not gonna lie, I just really wanted to quit. So where are we on our ultimate side quest status? I would say we're about the same. We've made basically no progress, and that is okay, because we are going to figure this out. We are going to figure it out. Okay, so this is something I've been wanting to work on my YouTube, and I think it works well in this 1179 side quest anyways. I'm curious how, like, what kind of videos would you want to see more of? Because I'm good at the talking head videos. I think I've gotten those basically down. My retention rate is not amazing, and part of that is just I need to be more concise in talking, I think, a little bit more, and maybe having a little bit more of a journey so people are more interested in sticking around. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah. I would like to integrate some more like behind the scenes, maybe some lives of me, doing writing sprints. I know I've done that before. I do love vlogging. I just haven't done it in a while, and I'm trying to figure out how to vlog and maybe have this whole experience in some videos that are like vlog style, so I can give updates on this quest, on the side quest, but in more of a vlog form, in more cinematography, telling a story form. Do you have any ideas for that? Do you have any suggestions for that? I would love to hear them, because I'm drowning and we're fine. Well, friends, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for sticking around. We will be back next week to see if I stuck to my schedule and what happens when I actually decide to be consistent and stick to my schedule. What? Crazy. We've also come to the part of my video where I always like to say, whether you haven't heard this recently or maybe you've never heard it before in your life, I am proud of you, and your life is worth getting back up for. So until next time, I will see you. Bye.